Hey guys, welcome to the Doula Diaries. I'm Heidi. I'm the host of the Birth Story podcast, which drops birth story episodes and expert interviews every Thursday. I'm also the author of the Birth Story Pregnancy Guidebook and Journal. It is everything, 529 pages of everything that you need to know to prepare for your birth. You can get that at birthstory.com. And I am also the content creator for Birth Story Academy, where you go for online learning from a virtual doula. You can also get into my private Facebook community through Birth Story Academy. And here on Tuesdays is where we meet for Doula Diaries. So welcome. Before we get started, I would love to have you guys in Birth Story Academy. It is premier childbirth education for your hospital birth, no matter what the birth looks like that you're planning. So medicated, unmedicated, a wait-and-see attitude, a belly birth, an induction, there is a module for all of it. And I have a blank name tag at your seat waiting to put your name on it. And the best part about Birth Story Academy is that I get to be your virtual doula. You go into my private Facebook group where I interact with you every single week and cheer you on as you plan and prepare for the birth that you want, no matter what that looks like. So I hope you will go to birthstory.com and enroll in Birth Story Academy today. Hello. Since you stopped scrolling and ordered this book or picked it up off the shelf or downloaded it on Audible, we have a lot to talk about. First off, thank you. I know you are in the middle of your story unfolding, and I very much wish that me writing a book and you buying it meant that we would get a chance to know each other face to face. Maybe the cover caught your eye because you are desperately trying to get pregnant. And the woman on the cover, Amy, is radiant and reminds you that you are too. Perhaps a beautiful, miraculous baby is already inside of you, and you've started to get scared of the unknown. Or maybe you were on your way to the bathroom when your baby shifted positions, and now you don't have to go anymore. So here you are, reading or listening to your new book. Maybe you're a single mom or a surrogate, and the baby just kicked you, and you want to connect with someone who gets it. Maybe you are in a sea of ovulation kits and temperature tracking, or have suffered many losses, and you are here with me inside of the pages of this book for hope. I see you. Maybe your next round of in vitro fertilization, IVF, or intrauterine insemination, IUI, is next week, and you have bought a book on pregnancy to be positive and send baby-making energy into this world. Maybe you are the most amazing best friend, sister, mom, coworker, and you are looking for the perfect gift for a baby shower. Maybe you are adopting and curious about all the ways we become moms. Maybe you are like my own mom who rocked out 4 natural childbirths, and you just love a good birth story. I see each of you. Whoever you are, whatever your story, this book is special, and I'm thankful it will accompany you or your loved one on this journey. May the stories of this book empower you and lift you up as your own birth experience unfolds. So, who am I? I am Heidi. Most of my friends call me Hides, and I am a birth doula. When I was 12 years old, I attended my first birth. Then in 2005, at the ripe age of 27, and far from motherhood at the time, I helped to support a mom delivering her baby. The mom came to me at the very end of her pregnancy with a secret. She had already given birth to a sweet baby while she was in high school. She made a difficult and brave decision to allow her body to be a vessel to parenthood for the adoptive parents. I had never known her story before her labor began, but she had been through labor and delivery as a young girl and had a keen sense of what she needed. Now older, she was married and felt prepared for motherhood. She knew she loved my massages and comforting touch, and she asked me to be part of her story. Well, let me tell you, that single day was the most pivotal and life-changing moment I had experienced to date. I became someone new the first time I saw a baby emerge and cry out to this beautiful world. Many powerful moments have followed this day that tell my life story, including my baptism, my wedding day, and the birthdays of my children. I remember walking out of the hospital after 24 plus hours of laboring with her and being filled with energy and excitement. I had no idea how to process what I had just been part of. It was the most beautiful gift I had ever been given. In the days after, I recounted the story to everyone, including my older sister. She joyfully exclaimed, "Oh my goodness, you were her doula." Huh? What did she say? What is a doula? I remember typing in DULA into Google because I didn't know how to spell this mysterious word that I had never heard of. Turns out my Greek is not that good. For those of you picking up this book or listening to this on Audible who are uncertain what a doula is, then please allow me to enlighten you as my sister did for me. We doulas are magical beings with superpowers who help make your pregnancy, labor, and delivery an awesome experience. I mean, technically, doula is a Greek word meaning woman servant. My certifying body, Dona International, defines our calling as a trained professional who provides continuous physical, emotional, and informational support to a mother before, during, and shortly after childbirth to help her achieve the healthiest, most satisfying experience possible. But most of my moms would call me their rock, their superhero, their saint, their angel, and their friend. Being a doula is a calling. It is not simply work. As I write this, it is the day after the Christmas holiday, and I am on call for a birth. I am antsy and nesting and cleaning my house. My doula bag is packed. It's ready to go. I spent the morning gathering candles, my rebozo, massage oil, essential oils, affirmation cards, the peanut ball, a Himalayan salt lamp, crystals, and the birthing ball. I prepared lavender ice cloths and pillow sprays. I charged the fancy camera. I'm so excited to get the call and to go to work that I can barely stand it. I can feel her labor coming. Let me elaborate. Ever since I was in high school, I have been enveloped with dreams of pregnancy and birth. The first one was so vivid that I remember pulling my friend aside and saying, "Are you having sex? Because I had a dream you were pregnant." She was. In college, the dream came in the middle of the night and left me rattled the next day. I dreamt about a childhood friend. By the time I called her, she had already had an abortion. There have been dreams that have made sense, like when one of my best friends was pregnant with twins, and others that came out of the blue, like the dreams about my sister's best friend and my pastor's wife. I took a meditation class once and it felt impossible. I mean, trying to be quiet and go inside myself was hard enough. But when I finally found my way inside, it was just pregnant women and babies everywhere. I was so confused. I wasn't a mom. I wasn't pregnant. So the day I walked out of the hospital after my friend's birth, it felt like I had been electrocuted with energy. Everything suddenly made sense. This is what I mean when I say that being a doula is a calling. I believe I was born to be by your side through your pregnancy, labor, and delivery. And this is why I wrote this book, because I want to be a doula forever. And someday my physical body will not allow me that. I want to support you, your sister, your friend, whomever this book is for, on their journey. I know intimately about the yearning to become a mom. I know what it feels like to ache for a baby. I know what it feels like to swallow hormone pills and still not ovulate. I know what it feels like when you fall to your knees in tears and joy when you find out you are pregnant. I know what it feels like to be scared you are going to die. I know what it feels like to have a natural childbirth, as well as a completely medicated one with every intervention available thrown at you. My clients inspired me and taught me how to labor my own babies. So when it was my turn to birth Max and Jagger, I was fully prepared. I learned something from each and every birth I was so blessed to attend, and I applied all of their divine birthing strength to my own experiences. For the women who chose me to be their doula, you paved the way to my beautiful birth stories. But my client stories are so much more remarkable. They have helped me understand the unfolding of childbirth. They have shown me what it is like to surrender. They were brave and strong, and my birth warrior goddesses. They each took ownership of their own bodies, education, preparedness, and cast a vision for their births. They taught me about overcoming. They let me witness the exaltation of seeing their baby for the first time. A gift I have been given over and over. They let me rub their bellies and feel their babies move down throughout labor. They have helped me to understand the deepest pains of traumas of fertility journeys and the losses of babies. They have taught me about acceptance when labor and delivery, when it unfolds differently than they expected. I would love for you to connect with me each week by listening to my Birth Story podcast and online at birthstory.com. Please join our growing family on Instagram and Facebook. I can only fit so much in this book, and I want to be the first to recognize how many stories are not included. I am only able to share with you a collection of stories chosen from my personal experiences as a doula. But it is so important for me to share with you all of the ways in which we become parents. Every story to parenthood is unique, so the podcast and the website are platforms that allow me to keep teaching you through storytelling. They also make it possible for me to stay in a relationship with each of you. I can't wait to hear your stories. XOXO Heidi, your virtual doula. Thanks for listening to Doula Diaries. Before you go, don't forget to check out Anja Health at anjahealth.com, ANJA health.com, and really look into cord blood and tissue banking. As a parent of a child with cerebral palsy, I know how potent and powerful stem cell transplants can be. And I don't have the opportunity to do that for my child. So I ask you, as you're planning and preparing for the birth that you want, no matter what that looks like, that you will consider cord blood and tissue banking as an insurance policy, because we just don't know how our birth is going to go, or if our children are going to get childhood leukemia, cancer, heart disease, liver disease, diabetes. Cord blood and tissue banking is the future of science. I am so excited to see in 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, how our children might be able to use their cord blood and tissue stem cells in order to heal their adult bodies. Isn't that so cool to think about? All right, anjahealth.com. Use code BIRTHSTORY for $100 off. There is also a special link in the show notes to help you get there. Thank you for letting me share about Anja and Doula Diaries. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode.